If you're looking to buy or sell any FIFA 23 Ultimate Team coins, you can use u4gm.com as a reliable place to do so, and using code ELYTE, ELYYT, will get you 5% off your order. The market is crashing, and we saw this coming. This is why we went into this promo with very little cards tradable in our club, in our squad, in our transfer list, but some cards have crashed way more than others, including the Path to Glory cards that are part of Argentina and France, who are literally still in the tournament, could get another upgrade, but have crashed so hard. We're going to be covering that along with the new promo World Cup Team of the Tournament on Friday, as well as going over our investments from the last video. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys slap a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Now, here is a first for me. I've gone and I've gotten 37 points out of 40 in the Champions playoffs. I'll show you the team I'm using, but I won 8 out of the 9 games. That's a high score for me. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to do that again because I'm really not that great of a player. But now we've got some packs to open. Prime Gold Players pack, 45K. Let's see if we can get something decent. It's going to be gold, not going to be anything crazy. Marco Asensio in the first pack. The Vlahovic SBC did come out earlier today. I'm going to show that here in a minute as we pack another John Stones. I swear I get him more than any other 83 in this game. But that SBC came out, which meant that compliment links for him went up. Now, I feel like I say this every single day, but Path to Glory cards are down again. These cards, which have been held up by the hype of the next matches and the next upgrades, are finally either losing their matches or people are recognizing, well, this card's probably not going to be worth this much even after their upgrades, and that's been the case with France and Argentina cards. I'll show you those next. Bruno Guimaraes is a card I used in my squad. This is the team that I've been doing well with, but he's the only tradable card, and of course, he's one of the Path to Glories that dropped the most today. But you might ask, why Bruno Guimaraes? He already dropped a ton. You would expect him to rebound a little bit. And while that is true, Enzo Fernandez's SBC, the Argentinian one, got an upgrade. And so many people did that SBC. So people are using that upgraded Enzo Fernandez in their squad, and a lot of different center mids in the game have dropped in price. Bruno Guimaraes being one of the ones that got hit the hardest because, again, a lot of people with them in their squad like me, a lot of people still with them on their transfer list. Hopefully not too many of you guys that had that Bruno Guimaraes when he was 900K and dropped to 200, but we are looking at about a 50K loss on that card in particular. But I'd say we got away a little bit lucky. Now, we knew this market crash was coming. About a week ago, I uploaded a video saying the Team of the Year market crash is on its way and that we would start seeing big drops in the middle of December. Well, it couldn't be the more middle of December right now. It's literally December 15th. We saw it coming, and that's why most of my coins right now are actually liquid. If you take a look at the coin total, 4.4 million, most of my coins are liquid. I don't have investments. I don't have cards just sitting around the club picking up passive income because, well, we see things like this and we're not going to, it's not going to stop here. If you take a look at the top movers over the last day, 24 hours, you can see these four right here: Antoine Griezmann, Alejandro Gomez, Christian Romero, and Christopher Nkunku. What do they all have in common? They both won their semifinal matches, and yet they all four dropped about 20 to 22% just from a day ago. These cards are down that much. Antoine Griezmann at about 1.4 million coins. You can see after they won that match, he skyrocketed up from 1.8 to 1.9 all the way down to 1.3. He actually got a little lower than that. He was at about 1,260,000. And I'll show you my transfer list. It's a little bit hard to look at. But Christopher Nkunku as well at 3 million coins, got as low as about 2.7 million coins. Absolutely insane crash. And the reason behind it is that we're seeing people recognize, well, there are better cards even after they're going to get the next upgrade. And here's the thing, they might not. There's a 50% chance they lose that match, right? So this Christian Romero went from 360. Now, this is a card that I had. I picked this card up right about, it was right about here last night. I picked him up. I bought 2 of them, and then he rose up. I could have sold, I didn't. He dropped back down, and when he recovered just a couple K, I got rid of the cards. I basically just got my coins back, and I'm glad I did because he crashed really, really hard today with the other ones. Now, will we see some sort of rebound for these cards? Probably. We've already seen one rebound, and as we get closer to the match between Argentina and France, we will probably see another spike in price. But as you can see, Griezmann got as low as 1.26 and Nkunku as low as 2.7 million. And yes, I should have bought those cards. There's no doubt about it. I missed out on those investments. But one investment we didn't miss out on was this Milinkovic-Savic, who we've still got plenty of on the transfer list to sell. And he went up to about 84,000 coins today. And we got him yesterday for 70 to 71K. We actually got one of them on bid for 57, 65K. Tons of profit on this investment. Why did it go up? Well, the Vlahovic SBC we knew was coming to the game. And the card, generally not the greatest upgrade. It did get the 4-star, which was huge, but still, it was listed at about 65K. A lot of people didn't want to go out and do it. It only got 20% upvotes on Futbin. So it didn't get the greatest reviews or feedback, but this card, Milinkovic-Savic, still went from 70K to 83,000 coins, 84,000 coins today. So it still went up, and that's even fighting against the Enzo Fernandez upgrade. So with all of that combined, we're looking at an investment in which Path to Glory cards crashed, in which center mids crashed, and on top of that, the Vlahovic SBC wasn't even that amazing. All 3 of those factors didn't come in well for us, and we still ended up making 10K per card. That's a great investment. So we need to use this in the future because imagine we didn't have to fight against a little bit of a market crash. We didn't have to fight against people replacing their teams with Enzo Fernandez. And imagine the SBC was really good value and the Vlahovic was a really, really good card and a lot better than what it actually is right now. And maybe it's a lot cheaper. Well, this card probably would have been over 100,000 coins. So complement investing to the new SBCs. Always a good way to make coins, always a good way to invest. Now, we do know what the next promo is. It's going to be the World Cup Team of the Tournament. And the Team of the Tournament is a performance-based promo. All the other promos that we've seen over the last few weeks have been EA just throwing random cards into the promotion and trying to sell packs. But unfortunately, when you take a look at the first card that's been leaked for the promo, you've got Phil Foden, who barely played like 90 minutes in the entire tournament. And I get he didn't play bad. And the thing is, there's just so many other English players they could have gone with that had better performances, like Harry Maguire or Jude Bellingham, etc. But they haven't gone with them. One reason, I think, is because Jude Bellingham was in the last promo. And then we also have Harry Maguire, who just will not sell that many packs, especially if they give him less than 70 pace. But in my opinion, just boost his pace a ton and throw him in the promo. Nobody's going to complain about that, but it just doesn't make much sense that Phil Foden is getting into the Team of the Tournament that he barely played in. But there are some cards that make a little bit more sense, like Cody Gakpo, who did really well for Netherlands, especially filling that gap when Memphis Depay was not fully fit to play in the first few matches. He stepped up, scored some goals, and then, no surprise here, Lionel Messi. He probably is going to end up winning the Golden Ball. He might even end up winning Golden Boot, depending on what happens in the final match, but that card's going to be absolutely insane. I think a lot of the price is going to be determined by what stats they give, obviously, but are they going to make it so he can play striker, right wing, and center attacking mid? That would be absolutely awesome. He's been playing more of a right striker for Argentina alongside Julian Alvarez. So it's been a really, really fun tournament to watch. He's going to get in. I think there's some other players that you could expect to get in to the Team of the Tournament, like Livakovic from Croatia, maybe Modric from Croatia as well. You might see a couple of Moroccan players in there, possibly like Saiss, or maybe they're going to throw in Boufal or En-Nesyri. Maybe they're going to go ahead and throw in Bruno Fernandes from Portugal. Those are all players that are probable to get into this promotion, especially Bruno Fernandes. He's definitely going to get in my opinion. He was the best player for Portugal this tournament. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, though, is the promo that is expiring here shortly. And I've got this Guendouzi for 115K, and he should be still going for about that price right now as we get into the late night on Wednesday night. And today, on Thursday, we're going to also see marquee matchups, most likely, although there are only 2 matches this weekend. You've got the third place game between Croatia and Morocco, and then you've got Argentina versus France. So will they only drop 2 games for the marquee matchups? I'd say most likely that is what they are going to end up doing. But I really do think that these cards are going to end up being some solid investments as they exit their packs. I'm not going to be holding these cards for very long, but if we take a look at some of the cards from previous promos, they've done well out of packs immediately. And also, these have followed the exact same trend in packs as the Road to World Cup cards, where they got really low on Monday and Sunday, and then they rose on Tuesday, and then they dropped again on Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm expecting them to stay low on Thursday and then rise up a little bit, able to make profit for you guys throughout the next week that they are out of packs. So that's what I would be looking for in terms of safer investments. They are down right now in comparison to what they were, and EA are deciding to not let it load. So we'll go ahead over to Futbin instead, and we'll take a look at the tracker again, because this has been a very, very good tool for me, and where I've been finding a lot of the cards that have dropped the most. Kylian Mbappe, who's probably in today's thumbnail as well, he went from 4.6 mil coins. He dropped all the way to 3.5. So he dropped about 1 million coins out of nowhere today. He has recovered about 300K on the rebound, but that's been the case for a lot of different cards. Lisandro Martinez has gone from 170, 180K all the way down to his lowest point at 139, and currently he's 145, so still time to get in on him. Who else do you have? Guendouzi at 115,000 coins. That's what we bought him for. He might not have been as high, but he was scraping the 130s yesterday, so not a terrible deal there. Jude Bellingham's back up to 600K, and you can see he got all the way down to 570 at his lowest point, but he was over 700K yesterday, so a big drop on him. Another one I really, really liked today, he didn't drop quite as much, but it's Koundé. Koundé is maybe a decent shot as an investment. He's a card that I've been looking at. If I can get him for a little bit cheaper on Thursday, then I might go for it. He's 280 right now. I probably wouldn't spend over 270, but we'll see what his card fluctuates over the next day or so on Thursday with marquee matchups and whatever, because I really like him, because they're going to drop a dynamic duo, or not a dynamic duo, but a, what are those called? The verses. When they go up against each other in SBCs. I don't know. I can't remember what they're called. It is escaping my mind. But it's the squad building challenges, like when Enzo Fernandez was in there. The showdown. Yes, the squad building challenge showdowns. Those are going to be released undoubtedly for the final. And it's going to be a French player against an Argentinian player. And as long as that French player isn't a center back, and as long as that French player isn't a center mid, you're going to see, Guendouzi go up if it's not a center mid. You're going to see Koundé go up if it's not a center back, especially if they end up winning that match and getting the upgrade, because people will then build their teams around those cards. And, well, what links with them? Obviously, other French players or other Argentinian players. So I like Koundé in that respect, but you also have to understand that if they do drop a showdown SBC and it's for France and it ends up being, Raphael Varane or somebody who would compete for Koundé's position in your squad, he actually might go down a little bit. So that kind of weighs itself. It could skyrocket up. It could drop. So maybe wait until that SBC even does drop for the showdown. But it's definitely a good idea to at least keep in the back of your mind as we move forward with these investments. There's a ton of different World Cup Phenom cards that you could go in on. Camavinga is another one. Guendouzi is another one. A lot of different French guys that you could go for. And then Lisandro Martinez being a center back and a CDM and a left wing back. I think the fact that this card can play so many different positions, it reminds me of the Alphonso Davies that we got during World Cup Stories, although it's not nearly as quick if you think about the fact that you can play him at left back, you can play him at center back, you can play him at CDM. I wouldn't play him at left back, but I think a lot of people would play him at center defensive mid or even at center back. But CDM, the fact that you can move him there, I think is absolutely crucial, and I think that's why he's going to do decent out of packs. So Martinez is definitely a card to keep your eye on. You've got Pedri. Rafael Leao is more of a higher budget card, and he's up in or down in price right now to 1.3 million. And if we take a look at his hourly graph, just about 4 hours ago, he was up at 1.4 million coins. So 1.3 does not seem like a bad deal at all for Leao. I think I might be able to get in on one of those here shortly. Those are all cards that you guys got to keep on your radar as investments over the next 24 hours, because I think that some of them are going to shoot up out of packs. And we will end today's video with a purchase. Right now, Antoine Griezmann going for about 1,415. He's starting to go back up, I think. I just snagged him for 1,390, so about 25K less than what he's going for right now. But here's the thing, I still got to cover tax, and he's got to go up by another like 50K before I'm starting to make profit. But 1,390, I put a lot of coins into that. I'm hoping he goes back up to 1.5 mil plus at some point tomorrow, and I'll just sell. I'm not interested in holding for very long, as I said, and my next investment's probably looking at Rafael Leao, more as a hold for about 48 to 72 hours on him. I think we can hold him into the weekend and be pretty safe with that. So World Cup phenoms, Rafael Leao. I might pick up one of him as well. Going more high budget, I guess. You don't need to go high budget. In fact, it might be better to go off with some of the lower priced guys just because you don't have to worry about tax. Right now, 1.3 million. It's not a bad deal for Leao. I'll see if I can get him for less than 1.3 though. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys did enjoy, do not forget to drop a like on the video. And if you made it to the end of the video and you're one of the OGs that have been supporting me and you watch all my videos all the way through, go ahead and comment down below the word Rafa or Raphael. That'll be the secret comment of the day. And if you include that in your comment, I'll make sure to drop it a heart, and I'll try to reply to you guys every single comment today as well. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload. Peace out.